Here, in the vast expanse of blue, beneath the surface, lies a world teeming with life, a delicate balance of interwoven ecosystems and magnificent creatures. But this hidden world, our oceans, faces a grave threat: pollution. From the sun-kissed surface to the deepest trenches, the impacts of pollution are far-reaching and devastating. Join me now as we journey into the heart of this crisis, exploring the top 10 causes of ocean pollution. From the unseen microscopic villains to the large-scale environmental disasters, each one plays a critical role in the future of our oceans. Let's begin our countdown, starting with number 10. The Earth's atmosphere, a delicate veil of gases, plays a crucial role in sustaining life. But what happens when this very air we breathe becomes a conduit for pollution? High above the waves, invisible to the naked eye, a silent threat to our oceans is unfolding. Every factory bellowing smoke, every car spewing exhaust, releases a cocktail of harmful pollutants into the atmosphere. Carbon, sulfur, nitrogen. These tiny particles, carried by winds and air currents, embark on a journey that ultimately ends in our oceans. This process, known as atmospheric deposition, is slowly but surely pushing our oceans towards a crisis. The unseen rain of pollutants is a stark reminder that the health of our oceans is inextricably linked to the air we breathe. The ocean depths, once a sanctuary of silence, are now filled with an unwelcome cacophony of human-made noise. Imagine, for a moment, the world through the senses of a whale, a dolphin, a creature that relies on sound to navigate the vast expanse of the ocean. For them, sound is not just a sense, it's a lifeline. The constant drone of ships' engines, the deafening blasts of seismic surveys searching for oil, the piercing pings of naval sonar, all contribute to a growing wall of noise that is disrupting the lives of marine creatures in profound ways. Disoriented and confused, whales are losing their way, their migration routes disrupted. Communication between mothers and calves becomes impossible, their calls drowned out by the incessant din. We may not be able to see it, but the consequences of our actions are echoing through the ocean depths, silencing the symphony of life that once thrived there. The vastness of the ocean, with its seemingly impenetrable barriers, might lead one to believe that life below the waves exists in isolation. However, the truth is far more interconnected. Every day, countless ships traverse the oceans, their hulls cutting through the water, carrying goods and people across continents. But these vessels, vital to our global economy, are also unwitting vehicles for a more insidious kind of cargo: invasive species. Deep within the bowels of these ships, in the ballast water that helps maintain stability, a hidden world of microscopic creatures, plants, and animals hitch a ride. These stowaways, often originating in distant ecosystems, are inadvertently transported across the globe, only to be released into foreign waters when the ship reaches its destination. The consequences can be devastating, leading to the decline or even extinction of native species, disruption of food webs, and the spread of diseases. Ghost fishing gear, a silent killer. The ocean floor, a realm of mystery and wonder, is also a graveyard for countless discarded fishing nets and traps, lost or abandoned, yet continuing their deadly work. Fish, turtles, dolphins, even seabirds fall victim to these ghost nets, becoming entangled in their unforgiving embrace. Unable to break free, they face a slow and agonizing death, their struggles futile against the relentless grip of the lost gear. Off the coast of Mexico, where endangered sea turtles swim, these ghost nets have become a particularly sinister threat. Coral reefs, those vibrant underwater cities, can be damaged or destroyed by the weight of these ghost nets, further disrupting the delicate balance of life beneath the waves. The silent killer lurks in the depths, a stark reminder that our actions have long-lasting consequences, even in the seemingly infinite expanse of the ocean. Industrial and agricultural runoff, poisoning the lifeblood of the ocean. Rivers, those arteries of our planet, flow from the mountains to the sea, carrying not just life-giving water, but also a toxic cocktail of pollutants. Imagine a raindrop falling from the sky, landing on a factory rooftop, picking up traces of heavy metals, and then flowing into a nearby river. This contaminated water, laden with mercury, lead, arsenic, makes its way downstream, eventually reaching the ocean, carrying with it the toxic legacy of our industrial activities. Fertilizers and pesticides, essential tools for modern agriculture, find their way into rivers and streams through runoff. These chemicals, designed to boost crop yields, become silent killers when they reach the ocean. Nitrogen and phosphorus, the very nutrients that nourish crops, wreak havoc on marine ecosystems. The very rivers that sustain life on land are becoming conduits for pollution, poisoning the very essence of life in our oceans. Oil spills, black tides of destruction. The sight of an oil spill, a black tide spreading across the surface of the ocean, is a stark and visceral reminder of the devastating consequences of our reliance on fossil fuels. Oil spills, though often accidental, have an immediate and catastrophic impact on marine life. The oil, lighter than water, forms a slick on the surface, cutting off oxygen to the creatures below. Fish, their gills coated in oil, suffocate. Seabirds, their feathers losing their ability to insulate, succumb to hypothermia. The 2010 Deepwater Horizon disaster in the Gulf of Mexico, a chilling testament to the destructive power of oil spills, released an estimated 4.9 million barrels of oil into the ocean, killing thousands of marine creatures and decimating delicate ecosystems. The quest for oil, a fuel that powers our modern world, comes at a heavy price, one that is often paid by the countless creatures who call the ocean their home. Sewage and wastewater, a toxic cocktail for our oceans. Beneath the shimmering surface of our oceans lies a silent crisis, the relentless flow of sewage and wastewater. Billions of gallons of this toxic cocktail are discharged daily, carrying a deadly concoction of pollutants. Beaches become health hazards, contaminated with harmful pathogens. Marine life suffers the consequences of our waste disposal practices. Coral reefs are particularly vulnerable to sewage pollution. Marine debris, a sea of trash. The ocean, once pristine, is now littered with our throwaway culture's remnants. Imagine a plastic bottle, discarded, ending up in the ocean. Carried by currents, it joins a gyre of marine debris. This debris threatens marine life, entangling and poisoning creatures. The ocean is not our dumping ground. We face a sea of trash. Plastic pollution, the invisible invasion. Imagine a world where even the smallest creatures are not immune to the pervasive reach of human pollution. This is the reality of plastic pollution in our oceans. Every minute, the equivalent of a garbage truck full of plastic enters the ocean, a staggering statistic that highlights the scale of this global crisis. But it's not just the visible plastic debris, the bottles and bags that we see floating on the surface, that pose a threat. It's the insidious, almost invisible microplastics that are perhaps the most concerning. These tiny particles, less than 5 millimeters in size, are the result of larger plastic items breaking down over time, fragmenting into smaller and smaller pieces. The invisible invasion of plastic is a stark reminder that our actions have far-reaching consequences, impacting even the smallest and most remote creatures on our planet. Climate change, the ocean's silent crisis. The ocean is undergoing a silent crisis driven by climate change. Absorbing more carbon dioxide, the ocean's chemistry is changing. Ocean acidification is altering the delicate balance of life beneath the waves. Coral reefs built by polyps are struggling in acidic waters. Acidification disrupts their ability to build reefs, leading to coral bleaching. The ocean's fate is linked to our ability to address climate change. The future of our oceans, a call to action. As we've journeyed through the depths of this crisis, we've encountered the shocking truths of ocean pollution, a complex and interconnected web of human activities that threaten the delicate balance of marine ecosystems. From the invisible menace of microplastics to the devastating impacts of oil spills, the health of our oceans hangs in the balance. Yet, there is hope. Understanding these causes is the first step towards meaningful action. Each and every one of us has a role to play in protecting our oceans. By reducing our plastic consumption, supporting sustainable fishing practices, advocating for responsible waste management, and demanding action on climate change, we can make a difference. The future of our oceans, and indeed the future of our planet, depends on it. Let's turn the tide on ocean pollution together. What will your pledge be? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more eye-opening explorations into the natural world.